believer. As the legend and stories been told, all skin folk came. Kamala ain't glad. Kamala ain't glad. That bitch is Indian. So is a mama. That bitch is Indian. So is her father. That ain't the same. This ain't no game. Kamala ain't black and neither is her name. Kamala ain't black. Yes, Kamala ain't black. Kamala ain't black. Her father ain't black. Her sister ain't black. So don't bother. The Kamala ain't black. Her father ain't black. Kamala ain't black. So don't bother. Kamala ain't black.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for tuning into my channel called Take Heed to the Message with Abang Anwa. It just means Queen Baby. Yes, I'm here another day, okay? The Lord granted me another day to say you can start your ish today, and I appreciate you, okay? I appreciate you, Yahweh. Thank you. Thank you, Yahweh. I appreciate you. I know I'm a troublemaker. I appreciate you, Yahweh, for waking me up to let me see another day. Yes, I thank you. Thank you, Lord. Yes, I'm so thankful. I'm here, okay? I'm here, and that's what it is, okay? Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Tara, what's up, baby? Quincy, you know, you're still a cousin. I don't care if you were on time. You still a cousin. I want you to know that. Henry, how are you? It's good to see you. Black lady, what's going on? What's going on, my sister? It's good to see you. December, baby. Nothing but love, honey. Nothing but love. All my lionesses in the house. Love y'all. Maya, what's going on, baby? Lost in Translation podcast. How are you, sir? It's good to see you. Quincy, don't laugh. Don't laugh, Quincy. I don't know. You know, I don't laugh. Okay, don't laugh. I keep telling you, you know, these cousins, y'all. You see this? These cousins be coming out of the woodwork, you know. They be coming out of the woodwork, y'all. Oh, here's another one. Here's another one. Here's another cousin, Trey. Listen. Listen. Okay. Now, let's get into this foolery this morning, okay? Let's get into this foolery this morning. That's right, baby. December said out the gate. Yes, out the gate, baby. Okay, out the gate. Yes. Please hit the like and subscribe button if you feel the content. We about to do what it do. Quincy said, I'm always going to be on time. I got my alarm clock. Quincy, listen. Listen, Quincy, you still a cousin. I don't care how many times you get up here on time. You still a cousin, Quincy. I want you to know that, okay? I want you to know that. You and Trey. I want y'all to know that you cousins, okay? And for all my mods, be on guard. They say any foolery, you can kick them out. Trey don't belong to me anyway. I don't know what's going on. Okay, I don't know what's going on. He belong to Black Man Unfiltered. He's over here all the time. I don't know what is going on. Quincy said it's 5:30 a.m. It's okay. Yes, let it be. Listen. Now, the title of this foolery today, okay? The title of this nonsense today is, this is the largest amount of single black women post-slavery. Post-slavery per Pastor Jamal Bryant. Brian. This, I hope I said his name correctly. I never get his name right. I know Jamal I got right. Brian. Now, this is what it is. This the same pastor that said he going to be trying to sell weed on the church grounds. Y'all remember? This the same pastor who said he gonna do like a weed dispensary or something, grow weed on the church grounds. This is the same pastor, because he said that the church grounds is big enough that they can sell weed. Okay? Remember, this is the same pastor. This is also the same pastor that does not pass up pussy. This is the same pastor who he has a lot of baby mamas. This is the same pastor. I want us to be clear that he's still a pastor. Okay? I want us to be clear he's still a pastor. Okay? And you know what? I'm going to share something with you. I commend the pastors if you do wrong and you step down. I commend those pastors when you do wrong and you step down. I commend those. Okay? I commend those pastors. I commend those pastors. If you do wrong and you got to step down, I commend those. When you doing wrong and you step down because of the nonsense that you have done, I commend those ones who take responsibility. Hey Malik, how are you, sir? It's good to see you. I commend those. But for the ones that continue to stay on the pulpit and that you know that you got community dick. Yes, let's get into it. Y'all pastors who stay up there on the pulpit and you got community dick. Yes, you the problem. You the problem. Yes, I said it. You the problem. Okay? You the problem in the church. You are the problem. If nobody else don't tell you, you the problem. Okay? And so he agreed, not agreed, but he said, he was on an interview and he said, the problem is, check this out. This is what he said. I don't want to mess up his words, but this is what he said. And we going to get into it because what he's saying, he's telling the truth. But we have to mention everything else that he do nonsense with. Check it out.
30% of all divorces are black people. Yes. 16% are Latino. This is the largest amount of single black women post-slavery. And so here's the disconnect nobody's talking about. The largest demographic of those who are single are educated, high-achieving black women. And so I know you done found Chef Boyardee, but everybody else is at Cookout and Chick-fil-A drive-thru. Black women who are single and did, here it is, everything the church told them to do. They went and got degrees. They are walking every day. They drinking water. They done pull pork it out of their diet. They saving. They go to midweek Bible study. It's still not happening. 30% of all.
What y'all think about what he said? What y'all think about what he said? Does that sound right? Does that sound about right? We witnessed this on Tuesday with Black Men Unfiltered show. Shout out to Black Men Unfiltered Network. We witnessed this on Black Men Unfiltered show. We witness it all the time with our educated sisters. We witness this same travesty all the time with our educated sisters. Once she get on a panel and she start talking about her education, once she get on a panel and she start talking about her education, she becomes a whole nightmare on the panel. She becomes a whole nightmare on the panel.
Pairing successfully.
If anybody say I'm lying, you lying to yourself. She becomes a whole nightmare on the panel. Okay? The conversation will be going correct. Okay? We all will be in agreement on the panel. Okay? And then all of a sudden, the panel will go left. Okay? All because someone triggered her feelings. Okay? All because someone triggered her feelings. Okay? That's what I want us to understand, that part. Because, and this could be any panel. It does not have to be Black Men Unfiltered panel, but I'm always on Black Men Unfiltered panel. So shout out to Black Men Unfiltered Network, okay? Shout out to Lost in Translation podcast. So I gotta rep my brothers out, okay? So I'm always on their panel. But These are the same women that say, I'm highly educated. I don't need no man. I got Jesus. That's what they say all the time. I got Jesus. Jesus is my husband, you know. And the thing is that Jesus was not meant for that type of job. He was not. But because they took one scripture in the Bible, okay, and they took it and turned it around. You know what I'm saying? They took one scripture in the Bible that says Jesus is the husband to the widow and to the backslider and all that. So they took that and switched it and said Jesus is my husband. That's why you have a lot of them. They will get in here and say Jesus is my husband. Malik, you can block them. Oh, thank you, Malik. I appreciate you. So you will get these highly educated women that will fumble the ball when it comes to a man because I'm highly educated. I'm just saying. I'm highly educated. I got money. I don't need no man. Right? I don't need no man. Now, Kevin Samuels, may his soul rest in peace, because I got to mention the Godfather. How many times has he said this? How many times has he said this? That it rang in our ears, okay? It rang in our ears like crazy, like clockwork, that we know that, listen, this sister is a problem, okay? Now I'm going to share something with you. Are all our sisters like that? You're going to find a diamond in the rough. You're going to find some that's educated, but she's willing to be humble. She's willing to be taught. Because remember, your education doesn't help this man. You know, your education, how smart you is, what career you have, it doesn't help this man be the king of the kingdom. This doesn't help him at all. It doesn't. A lot of y'all think because, okay, I make more than him, I'm more educated than him, that I am, I'm the king. Some of y'all think y'all the king. And I keep telling y'all, the crown and the throne does not want a woman to be at the helm. Okay? This is why you see the tug of war right now going on between man and woman, because the crown and the throne does not want you. We're going to talk about it. This young woman dropped these gems, and I want y'all to hear what she said. Check this out.
He'll say, I got a good job. Check. I ain't got no kids. Check, check, check. I got good credit. Woo, check. I love my mama, love God. Go to church. Check, 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 check. And we'll hit him with the, you know what, you just not what I'm looking for right now. It's not you, it's me. I feel like you're a little too much for me. Yeah, Ray will come with his 10 kids, 11 baby mothers, 10 unkept tattoos, 17 evictions, a bike, and a black garbage bag, and we will love the doodle out of some Ray. Ready? Okay, we be ready to cut a hoe over Ray. Go to war for Ray. Cut our family off for Ray.
Yep.
And he ain't got nothing go for him.
He ain't got nothing.
Yet, Billy with the good job, we'll throw him to the wolves. Ladies, why do we do this?
Why do we do that? So this young woman right here, she's right. Guess what happens to these women who are highly educated? Okay? When they know that all the men that they have passed up and it has failed, they can't find anybody. Nobody is coming for them anymore. What happens is they get an old time Pookie and Rere. That something happened, that they link up. She finds him. Okay? Look at Fannie Will. Am I saying her name right? Fannie Willis or something like that. I know I always say her name wrong. Forgive me for messing up this child name. Not this child, I'm sorry. Forgive me for messing up this woman's name. Okay. Now, Lost in Translation said close enough. Okay. So now, the thing is that this woman is highly educated. Okay. Powerful position. Okay. But yet and still, she's still a thought. She's still a thought in her mind. She's still a 304 in her mind. Okay? She's still a 304 in her mind where she can go and fuck somebody who married. I'ma be a side chick. But she got all that education and money and stuff. But it makes sense for her to be a hoe. Okay? It makes sense for her to be a hoe. Check this out. Y'all remember a couple months back, a judge was in Bankhead, okay, with her friend partying. What judge do you know that's in Bankhead in a club partying? That powerful position that you have. What judge do you know? Okay? What judge do you know that this makes sense? Okay? That this makes sense. That you be in Bankhead at a club partying and then you go swing on a man. Mind you, even if she didn't know this man was a cop in the beginning, what gave you the right to think you can swing on a man and you about what, 5'1", 4'9", or something like that? As small as you are, you gonna go swing on some man because in the Western world, we have this ideology that we could do whatever we want to do to our men and they not supposed to do nothing back. But you know what? She fucked up and found out that was a police officer. And then they debenched her. You know what I'm saying? But you're educated and you smart, but you in Bankhead at a club partying in the middle of the night. Who does that? Who does that? That does not make sense. It does not make sense. Now, when I say this to y'all, a lot of women, okay, a lot of women get upset with me. Now, does it make it bad that a woman have education? No, it doesn't. It does not. A woman having education is an amazing thing. She should have education. But why is it when our women get education? We just talking about my sisters. Good morning, Marsha. What's up, baby? Cassie, I hope I'm saying your name right. Hello, how are you? Thank you for coming. My first time here. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you. So, our sisters, okay, when they get education, why is theirs different? Why is there different? Because you have Asian women that are educated, right? You have Indian women that, well, the same thing. You have Hispanic women that are educated. You have white women that are educated. But how is it that ours always go left? How is it that ours always go left all the time when it comes to who's supposed to be the dominant one? You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't understand that part. Who's supposed to be the dominant one? I have watched women that are in power that are Caucasian, and their husband will be a business owner, like a construction company or something, right? And she might be a partner to a Fortune 500 company, or she might be a doctor or a nurse or something. She might be financially stronger than him. Let's just say that. She might be. But she loves the ground that this man walk on. If you do something to her, the first person she gonna say is, I'm gonna call my husband. Like they love their men no matter what kind of job their men have. They're not out here talking about they don't need men. And I'm gonna share something with you. A lot of their younger generation, that do like spiral off a little bit into the feminist movement, why the hell they always get smacked back into line? Not physically smacked back, but you see them on social media. They get like smacked back into line. Like people are talking to them, telling them, nah, that ain't the way to go. You gonna wind up messed up. You got their older women telling them it's not gonna work out the way you think. But our older women that are black, they will tell the younger ones, you don't need no man. You could raise these kids by yourself. You don't need no man. Men ain't shit and all this. This is what they will tell them. And the younger women will believe it until they get in their late 40s and 50s and they done fucked around and found out. They done fucked around and found out. I'm going to share something with y'all, a little tidbit, okay? A lot of people always say to me, take heed, your husband is, they always say, take heed, your husband is very lucky. They always say that. Take heed, your husband is very lucky. I watched Ricky Williams say this to me yesterday on his live stream. Shout out to Ricky Williams. And he was on the live stream yesterday. And amazing show, my brother. Amazing show. And he said, take heed, your husband is very lucky. He was very lucky to find you. And I'm going to share something with you. I'm the lucky one. I am the lucky one. All because of a little trouble at the laundromat that I met my husband. Just a little trouble. All because he was acting like he couldn't put his clothes in the wash machine correctly. So when I say that I don't believe that he's the lucky one, I don't. I believe I'm the lucky one. Because if it wasn't for the way my husband trained me, I'm not ashamed to say my husband trained me. I'm not ashamed to say he trained me. I'm not. Because my upbringing was not well. So I'm not ashamed to say he trained me to be his wife. I will never be. I don't care how old I get. I will never be ashamed to say he trained me. So when people say he's lucky, no. I'm blessed. I am so blessed that just from that little trouble, I met a king. And when I met my husband, he did not have more than what I had. I had much more than him. But my king was well traveled. If you meet a Nigerian here in America, I want you to know they are well traveled. They have traveled many places that most Americans have never seen before. You understand? That most Americans have never seen before. Places you have never seen before. Well traveled. My king had met women more beautiful than me. Oh my God. These women, let me share something with you, baby. These women, Lord, if you can say a 10 and plus, we gonna talk about it. If you can say women 10 plus, we gonna talk about it. Okay? 10 plus, these women. And the pictures that he had when we finally merged together in one household, the pictures I saw, I was not jealous. I looked at my husband and I said, these women are beautiful. He said, yeah, but they're nothing compared to you. That's what he said to me. Now I know he was trying to be kind, but these women were amazing. These women were amazing. They looked beautiful. But he said they lacked something that I had. Mind you, my king has dated his pool of different races. Okay? He has dated his pool of different race women. If you ask my king, has he dated a white woman? He'll tell you yes. Has he dated a Russian woman? He'll tell you yes. He has dated Hispanic women straight from Cuba. My king has dated a lot of women. Yes. Ethiopian, all this. My king has dated women. Okay? But he said it was something that I had that they did not have. I don't know what that was. I do not know what that was. Because I know I was a nightmare on wheels when I first met my husband. Only thing is that my representative was at the forefront for like 6 months, a good 6 months. But he knew there was a representative at the forefront. So he was ready for war, okay? Because he knew he wanted to marry me. He had already put it in his mind that he wanted to marry me. And when we first met, he already had it in his mind that he wanted to marry me. But he knew there was a representative there, so he had to get past the representative. And once my representative disappeared, and I remember him saying this to me, "This is the real you, right? This is the real you." I said, "Yeah." He said, "Oh, so your mouth is like that?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Okay, I'm going to teach you. You have a nasty mouth." This is what he said to me. And I said to him, I snapped my neck. You know how us black women do. I snapped my neck. I said, "You ain't going to teach me nothing." That's what I said. He said, "I'm going to teach you." Hey, Nettie, how are you? "I'm going to teach you how to talk to people. You nasty. You have a nasty mouth when you get upset. You have a good heart, but you have a nasty mouth when you get upset. And I'm going to teach you how to talk to people." So with that being said, when I say this to you, a lot of y'all women get offended, but your husband has to teach you how to be his wife. He has to teach you how to be his wife. When a man marries a woman, he has to go into teaching moment. He has to go into a teaching moment. And if he doesn't go into teaching moment, this woman will become a nightmare for him in the future. She will become a nightmare for him in the future. And this is why I'm telling y'all is that when this pastor Jamal had said this, right? He's speaking facts because the church is designed, and this is nasty, the church is designed to keep black women single. Because if a black woman keeps saying that Jesus is my husband, she's still single. Am I right? She is still single. Hey, Renee. If a black woman keeps saying that Jesus is my husband, what is she? She's going to continue to stay single. See, pastor in her mind, right? In her mind, pastor is her husband. A lot of y'all got to understand this because remember, she caters to the pastor. The pastor asks the congregation for $1,000 from each woman. They're going to do it. They're going to do it. They're going to even, check this out. When pastor anniversary come, they're going to be the one to give the biggest gift to pastor. They want to be the first one to give pastor this gift, because pastor spiritually and in their mind is their husband. Pastor just got concubines in that church. If pastor got a full congregation of single women, okay, all these women is pastor concubines. He can't afford for these women to get married. He can't. He can't afford for these women to get married. He need them to still believe that they married to Jesus. That's why he not preaching a word like he's supposed to when it comes to fornication. That's why he not preaching a word like he's supposed to when it comes to all these babies running around that church. Where did those babies come from? These women are not married. Where did those babies come from? See, a pastor was preaching the true word of God. Let's talk about it. If he was preaching the true word of God, right? Hey, Stephen. If pastor was preaching the true word of God, right? The church would be full of married couples. I want y'all to take a look at something. Look at a church, a white church that's online, and you'll see the congregation. Look at the white church online. You'll see the congregation. It's husband and wife in the church. But then I want you to turn to the black congregation, okay? You will see all the people in the black congregation, all of them will be women. You know, a lot of people will get up here, they will say, God called women because the men couldn't show up. God called women because the men didn't want to show up in the church. God called women because the men didn't want to show up in church. This is what some of the women in the church believe. God called women to be in this powerful position because the men didn't want to show up. Good morning, Corey Joe. What's going on, sir? It's good to see you. So this is what these women believe. Young, what's going on, baby? This is what these women believe. Because the men did not show up, so God called them to be pastors. God called them to be ministers in the church. They believe this. But anytime one of Yahweh prophets did not show up like they supposed to, right? What did Yahweh do? He got somebody to assist him. He got somebody, but it was a man. He got another man to assist. That's how it go. You telling me that Yahweh has ran out of all his sons, that he had to put his daughters at the forefront? Do that make sense, y'all? Why the men are not in the church like we will want to see them, right? We want to see a lot of men in the church. It's because men can't follow foolishness. This is the truth. This is the truth right here, because men cannot follow foolishness. I'm not trying to be mean, okay? I'm not trying to be mean, but a man, you can't tell a man how to handle his house. You won't be able to do that. If he's paying everything and he's doing what he's supposed to do, you cannot tell a man how to govern his house. He won't allow you to. You won't be able to tell his wife you need $1,000. Okay? You won't be able to do that. The husband won't let you. He will not let you do that. Okay? Legend, I'm going to get you early today because I don't know what happened yesterday. I got you. Legend, thank you for the $5 super chat. I've been a problem in my church calling out nonsense. We have more divorced women than we have married couples with children. I understand. Continue to be the problem, sir. Continue to be the problem. Yes. Okay. Now, this is the whole thing. Hi, Anthony. How are you? This is the whole problem that we have in our community. Is because a lot of y'all sisters, my educated sisters, y'all have, hey Tara, y'all have put in y'all mind that Jesus is your husband. A lot of y'all have put in your mind that Jesus is your husband. And so if you had a physical man, right, a physical husband that you had to answer to every day, you would not be able to serve Jesus and your pastor properly. Am I right? A lot of y'all women believe that, right? But I'm going to share something with you. This is your problem. Check it out. Check it out. See, when people tell you there's a problem about marriage, everybody ain't supposed to get married and stuff like that. But this is your problem about this one thing right here. If you don't get married, right? If you don't get married, how many times have I said this? If you don't get married, right? Okay. If you don't get married, you're supposed to just commune with God, right? But the thing is, while you're communing with God, you're not supposed to be fucking. Yeah. That's the thing right there. And there's not supposed to be any children. Do you understand? There's not supposed to be any slip-ups where you find yourself fucking. That's the problem right there. So that's why the scripture says it's better to marry than to burn. Not physical burn, but I'm talking about a lustful burn. Okay? I ain't saying you going to hell. Now, I mean, you know, you doing nonsense. Okay, you got to answer for it. But what they're saying, the scripture is saying that you don't want to be up here burning in desire for a person, for a female, for a male. You understand? So that's why the scripture says it's better to marry than to burn. So when we get people up here that we want to justify people having a certain amount of children, you know, people, even when we talk about Cam Newton, let's bring Cam Newton into play. Cam Newton is a good father from what they say. Cam Newton has 8 children from what he says, okay? And he has, 2 adopted or something. Now, this is the thing. Cam Newton is not wrong if he did this one thing. If he did this one thing. No, 2 things. He wouldn't be wrong. If all these children was under one household, yeah, let's talk about it. If all these children were under one household, now, even in biblical times, right? Biblical times were very different because if we're talking about the law turned marriage into what it is today. But even in biblical times, you had to go to the father and tell the father, even if we not talking about government, okay? But even in biblical times, you had to go to the father and ask for that daughter. And you had to pay a bride price on her head. Let's talk about it. Okay? Now, even if we want to talk about sister wives as well, okay? Quincy, I see what you put in here. Even if we want to talk about sister wives as well, what happened? They're all under one roof. He's still, even if we're talking about sister wives, they were all under one roof. Now, was God upset about polemic? I know I'm going to say it wrong, but was God upset about multiple wives? He was not. He was not upset about multiple wives. A lot of a lot of his prophets had multiple wives. He was not upset about that. He let it continue because he wanted everybody to see how having multiple wives can become dangerous as well. You know, just like, just check this out. We about to get a little, I'm about to start a little trouble. Just like the kingdom of God, right? Okay, we talking about the kingdom of God, Yahweh, suffered in violence, right? It suffered in violence, right? Okay. Now, if Yahweh wanted to do anything, he could have just destroyed Satan. Then he could have just destroyed Satan, all those angels that turned on him. He could have just decimated them all, right? With one swipe of his hand, he could have just decimated them all. But he said, I want them to see how Satan fooled them. I want them to see how them crossing me and how Satan lied to them. Okay? I want them to see. See, God will let a lesson, he will let a lesson be taught. No matter how bad it hurt, I don't care how bad it hurt you, he will let a lesson be taught. When all these men in biblical days had wives, right? Let's talk about it. A lot of these men were like, I have this, I have that, I'm doing well, I got all these wives and this and that. Mind you, at the same time, these wives started having dark hearts to one another. Let's talk about it. They started having dark hearts to one another, these women. These same women that were jealous-hearted because their husband had multiple wives. How is it that you give me your maid? You can't have no children right now. You bearing, okay? But you give me your maid Hagar to sleep with. Hagar gets pregnant. And instead of you rejoicing about Hagar getting pregnant and bringing forth the prophecy, right? You immediately start hating Hagar and you push your husband to throw her and her son out. And so because he loves you so much, okay? Yes, we talking about Sarah Quincy. Because he loves you so much, he lets Hagar go. He lets Hagar go with the son that was the promise that Yahweh gave him. Mind you, Yahweh told Sarah, be patient. Your time is coming, be patient. But because we want to run faster than God, we'll get ourselves in some foolery. Good morning, Mr. He said, how are you? So we have this problem because when women feel, and this is the thing that men don't put into play, but when women feel, good morning, Gail at night, how are you, baby? When women feel, when women feelings come into play, they can become a nightmare for a man. When they become jealous, they can become a nightmare for a man. And I'm going to share something with you. They don't want to see that man succeed. They do not want to see that man succeed. David, who had all those wives, were leading him astray, away from Yahweh. You know, the biggest thing that a woman has that can sway a man into damnation is that pussy. I said it. It's true. It's true. A woman can lead a man astray just because she wants to give him that pussy and he wants it. Okay? He wants it. David too. Solomon had wives too, but I'm talking about David too. David didn't just have one wife. Solomon didn't just have one wife. I said all of these men who Yahweh loved had multiple wives. But he wasn't mad with them. He let them have those wives. He did. He let them have those wives because Yahweh loved those men. He loved his sons. He still do today. Yahweh still love all his sons today. But he lets them have multiple wives back in ancient days because he wanted to teach them a lesson. He wanted to teach them a lesson. Steve, thank you for the $5 super chat. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, sister. Thank you so much. He wanted to give them, he wanted them to see what was going to be the problem. It's all right that you want to continue to never touch ground. My husband always say this. He always say, I don't want to touch ground. You know, I don't want to touch ground. That's what he say. I don't want my feet to touch the ground. That's that cold word that I want to do something with you, honey. Okay? So it's okay that these men feet never wanted to touch ground, but there's a consequence in that one. Because, good morning, Mona D. Because the thing is that he may take a liking to one wife. Out of all these women he married, he may take a liking to one wife. And so the other ones see that he liked that one. So the other ones will conspire together to destroy that one. Okay? Either it be destroyed by the children that this woman have, or they destroy her in her mind. See, this is why women can talk other women out of an amazing marriage and relationship. They have the gift for gab. They do. This is why it's easy for you to listen to your sisters when you're ready to destroy your marriage. Because we have the gift for gab. We got it. It's only the wise sisters that don't listen to that foolishness. There are a lot of women that their marriage is destroyed today because they listening to women that don't make no sense. Back to what I'm saying. When we talk about how Yahweh allowed it, Yahweh was not mad with his sons having those multiple wives. He was not in concubines. He was not. He wanted them to see the lesson. He wanted them to see the lesson. But a lot of y'all today, you will go back to biblical times about how it's okay for men to have multiple women. But the problem is that they were his wives. That's the problem. Then the other problem is that they were his concubines as well, but they were under one kingdom. He was the only man that was screwing these women. All of y'all get in here and y'all talk about it's okay for a man to have multiple wives, but you don't see the evilness behind it in the women. Some of y'all will even say, oh, you got to get a woman who has a strong mindset. Nope, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if she have a strong mindset or not. If she jealous, the whole kingdom will crumble if she jealous. Women will get in here and they'll say, I would never be jealous. It's okay for me to have a sister wife. You're lying and the truth ain't in you. Women are jealous by nature. I don't care what anybody tell me. We are jealous by nature. It's in us to be like that. And when we want to hurt somebody, let's talk about it. When we want to hurt somebody that we think has done us wrong, we will destroy the kingdom right away at hand. Especially if we say, I ain't happy. Okay? Especially if we say, I ain't happy. You could lead this man to damnation. There are a lot of men, good morning, Walker. There are a lot of men, boss man, how are you? There are a lot of men in the Bible days that had multiple wives and none of their stories ended well. Not one of them. Not one of the stories ended well. I don't care how you try to spin it, turn it around, shake it up, dance with it a little bit. None of their stories ended well. Because why? Because why the stories didn't end well? Either the women led them to worship different gods, pagan gods, or the women led them to do evil. Both of them is the same thing. None of those men who married multiple wives passed away with a clear mind and heart. None of them. Most of them died from sorrow. But we want to sit up here and say it's okay to have multiple wives. It is not. I know my sisters. We have not changed since Eve. We have not changed since Eve. Okay, let's talk about it. If you get a woman who has the mindset that when you're hurting and she's hurting at the same time, you have won the ultimate prize. If you get a woman, you're hurting and she feels the hurt and she asks you, baby, is there something I can do for you? Baby, can I help you in any way so that you feel better? You have found the diamond in the rough. If you get a woman, how are you, baby? I am. If you get a woman who, when you're hurting and she act like she don't see that shit, she the same woman that can destroy your empire. You got to be careful. Which woman that is. You got to be careful. Do you think Judge Mathis right now, the stuff that Judge Mathis is going through right now, do you think Judge Mathis would have thought that having an alpha female wife, because I'm quite sure he knew she was an alpha female, okay? Masculine female. I'm quite sure he knew this. But did you think he would have thought that he would be getting divorced right now after 39 years of marriage? Do you think he would have thought that? He didn't think that. He did not think that. He thought she's a strong black woman, because that's what we like to say. She's a strong black woman and independent and can handle her own. He thought he got a diamond in the rough. That's what he thought. He said, that's what I got. I got a diamond in the rough. This woman is amazing. We gonna get it together because she know how to make moves. But I bet you every time he didn't bend to her will, it was a nightmare in their house. And this is why a lot of marriages mess up. I'm gonna share with you why. Because this same man was looking for a woman that is like his mother. More than likely, Judge Mathis' mother probably was an alpha female. Allegedly, we gonna talk about it. Mama probably was an alpha female, masculine female. And so that's why he chose this woman. He chose this woman to build an empire with. And now, after 39 years of marriage and 4 children, I can't be with you no more. I bet you when he found this out, his whole heart just broke into pieces. The strongest man, I don't care how strong he is, the strongest man got to go sit down and get a good cry. Because how you just wake up and say you don't want to be married no more because of allegedly travel. Allegedly traveling. You want to travel more, so you divorce your wife, you divorce your husband. That makes sense. Let me divorce my husband because I want to travel more. That does not make sense. It doesn't. I want to be on TikTok and IG shaking my ass and everything in front of everybody. So I'm going to divorce my husband, Tia. I don't want to be a pastor's wife anymore. So I'm going to divorce my husband. I'm going to leave my husband, which is a good man. All these men that I'm mentioning right now are good men. Check this out. After that whole thing had aired about Judge Mathis and his wife, did you see Judge Mathis come to the forefront and ready to go off and say, I did all this for you and this and that? He ain't say nothing. He ain't say one word. He stayed quiet. Same thing like Corey. Corey ain't say nothing. T out here running, telling all his business, lying on him and everything. He ain't say nothing. Same thing like Megan Good. The husband ain't get out here. He ain't say nothing. He stayed quiet. He just said they got irreconcilable differences. This is the thing. This is the thing, and I'm going to share something with you. Our sisters co-sign this shit. You will see them on social media, and they will co-sign this shit for our younger sisters and say this makes sense. Do you know how many women who have co-signed Judge Mathis' wife leaving him after 39 years? Oh, he was abusive. He was this. Mind you, they don't know Judge Mathis. I don't know Judge Mathis. But the thing is, once you hear the wife talk, you know she's an alpha female. See, all I got to do is hear a woman talk and I know she the one. She the problem. She the problem. All you got to do is hear the woman talk. She the problem. One thing about JT, when he said this on Black Man Unfiltered, shout out to JT. He said this on Black Man Unfiltered, What We Know podcast. He said this: let a woman sit and talk. She gonna tell. She gonna tell everything. She gonna tell everything. Let a woman sit and talk. She gonna tell everything. And he's right. All you gotta do is hear a woman talk, and you gonna know if she the problem or was he the problem. When y'all look at Tia now, all this talking she doing, videos coming out with her and her sister, when her sister was getting married. Y'all remember, right? Okay, her sister was getting married. So these videos are years back. Okay? You heard the way she talked to her sister, how nasty she was to her own sister. You could tell she's the problem. When she talking about she's looking for a special journey of her own, she want to do this, she want to do that. You could tell in the marriage that she was the problem. When she get out here and she talk about the date she had with somebody who had some grill in his mouth, and she was telling everybody how the date went, you could tell she the problem. Let a woman talk long enough, she gonna tell who was the problem. When Megan Good, okay, took a photo picture, okay, with one of her co-stars and how she jumped on him right in front of her own man. She wrapped those legs around another man who married, okay, jumped on this man like she just this her husband. She did a jump like this her husband right in front of her own man. She was the problem in her marriage. She was the problem. That man who was a pastor was not the problem. She was not the problem. When you see all these divorces happen and stuff like that, and y'all immediately ready to blame the men, you need to just watch that wife for a little bit. You need to watch her just for a little bit and how she behaved after the separation. Because I'm going to share something with you. It's something about our brothers that keep married women grounded. They keep us grounded. Those ones who love their wife, they cover for their wife. They make that shit look sparkling clean, like she just the most amazing wife and this and that. So you don't see her flaws until she get from under his covering. Then you see all hell break loose. Like right now, if I decided, oh, I'm not going to be with my husband no more, I'm going to divorce my husband. God forbid. God forbid. But if I decided that, right? I'm a whole walking nightmare. That's what I am. I'm a whole walking nightmare. Anybody who come for my smoke, if I got divorced, anybody who came for my smoke, I'm going to give it to them, and I'm going to be so indignant and everything because I don't have nobody to answer to. You see what I'm saying? See, if I fuck up here on social media or do some nonsense with somebody that I don't know, okay, I got to answer to that from my husband. My husband is going to make me answer for that. Why did you da-da-da-da-da? See, when a man can check you on your behavior, let's talk about it. When a man can check you on your behavior, this is a blessing. This man love you. But you will have a lot of women that will say he was a narcissist. This is y'all famous words. You will have a lot of women that will say he was a narcissist, he was this, he was that. And mind you, you belong to him. He's just trying to protect you. Now, I'm not going to say that all women are wrong when they call somebody a narcissist. But the thing is, y'all got this word a couple years ago and y'all ran with it and lost your mind. That's what I want to tell you. Good morning, Ricky. Ricky said a good husband is a safety net in all things. Amen. Amen. Yes, let's talk about it. A lot of y'all will say that your husband was this and he was that, but the problem is that you don't want to face is that you were the child in the relationship. When a man gotta correct you for everything, you're the child in the relationship. Let's talk about it. I know it's something, but it's true. It's true. If he got to tell you what's appropriate to wear outside, don't have your titties and your ass hanging out, you the problem. If he got to tell you how to behave when you talk to other grown folks, you the problem. You the problem. If every time he turn around and he got to tell you to watch the way you talking to your mother, watch the way you talking to your father, watch the way you talking to your sisters and your brothers, you the problem. If he got to tell you watch the way you talk to your manager and your boss and all this other stuff, you are the problem. This is a lot of things that women don't want to say. They don't want to tell the truth. I want to put it out there. My king saved a lot of people. My king saved a lot of people because of the teaching that he gave me. Can you imagine if I'm the age that I am now, I still have my mother's teaching? I'll be somebody nightmare. I'll probably be in jail. I will probably be in jail somewhere. If I still had my mother's teaching, I will probably be in jail somewhere. Let's talk about it. The thing is, I know we jumping all over the place, but the thing is that when Pastor is saying this, because even though I don't care for Jamal, I don't care for Pastor Jamal, but because of the nonsense that he add a lot of foolishness to things that don't make sense. Even though he adds a lot of foolishness to stuff, what he's saying right here is correct. Post-slavery, we all agree that it's okay to be a baby mama. Since the 70s, we believed it's okay. Because all that feminist movement bullshit, all that started. But even beforehand, after post-slavery, after slavery, our great grandmothers were still doing bullshit, because if you looked at it, only thing is that grandpa kept his mouth closed. Because how is it that I got 12 children, but 3 of them don't look like me? You know what I'm saying? Like all the other kids look like me. This is the same woman, same man having all these kids, but 3 of them don't look like me. So women have been doing foolishness, even after slavery as well. But the thing is that they were able to keep their families together. And I'm going to share something with you. We always mention Big Mama kept the family together, but actually it was Big Daddy who kept the family together. You can get mad all you want, but actually it was Big Daddy that kept the family together. Because Big Daddy knew some of them kids wasn't his. But he knew if he went down and told everybody and went to the church and exposed her, that they would have disgraced her out of the community. So he had love for her. He kept it in. He kept it in and he stayed quiet. That's why when he got drunk at the juke joint and came home, he remembered that 3 of them babies don't look like him. And this woman right here was sharing his pussy with Mr. James down the street. Now that's when he remember. And that's when he get upset and he began to lay hands on Big Mama. Let's talk about it. We don't mention that. So now the older kids is like, well, Daddy always loved Mama. He always loved Mama until these 3 ones came that don't look like Daddy. The other kids start asking questions too. Like, oh, well, y'all 3, if it wasn't for y'all 3 coming here, and they make the light-skinned kids feel bad. If it wasn't for y'all 3 coming, you know what I'm saying? Or they make the dark-skinned kids feel bad, because all of them light-skinned and then the last 3 be dark-skinned. And so now they make the last 3 feel bad and say, well, if it wasn't for y'all 3 coming here, Mama and daddy wouldn't be arguing like this. Mind you, only mama and daddy know the truth. Only mama and daddy know the truth. See, when we get in here and say that Big Daddy was this evil man and he did all these things, it's because the secrets of Big Mama lying and stuff. And out here passing that pussy like the collection plate. We don't like to talk about that. Good morning, Miss O. It's good to see you. So when Jamal said this about post-slavery, that this is the largest amount of single black women that has ever been counted, it's not finished yet. It's not finished yet. It's not finished yet. It's not. It's not finished. See, the thing is that I'll share this with you. Mr. Bennett, shout out to Mr. Bennett. I got to repeat this. Mr. Bennett said, I got married because I wanted pussy. That's what he said. I got married because I wanted pussy on a regular. This is what he said. Shout out to Mr. Bennett for telling the truth. And he a pastor, but he told the truth. Okay? Mr. Bennett told the truth. He said, I got married because I wanted pussy on a regular. Okay? Good morning, Through the Fire podcast. How are you? Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. I'm saying some good shit this morning. I appreciate you. So he said, I got married because I wanted to fuck on a regular. I wanted pussy on a regular. And I don't blame him for saying that because that makes sense. A lot of men married back in the day because they wanted to be able to fuck on a regular. And I don't blame them. Because fucking is good. I'm not, listen. I'm not sitting up here calling you nothing. Fucking is good. So I'm not, But he wanted to do it the righteous way. And that's an amazing thing, to want to do it the righteous way. Can you imagine if the brothers now had that same mindset that I want to fuck on a regular? So that's why I'm going to go build a family. I want to fuck on a regular. That's why I'm going to build a family, right? Okay. But if the women out here giving that pussy like the collection plate, why he got to get married? Now, was there holes back in the day? Yes, there was. There were holes. It wasn't a lot, though. It wasn't a lot. You had hoes that did dirty business, yes. But it wasn't as many as now, And what I mean by dirty business is that you would give that pussy away for a $500 cash app. You would do that. You would do that. You would give that pussy away to the highest bidder. Mind you, why you supposed to give the pussy away is when you get his last name. That's when you supposed to give the pussy away freely. When you get his last name. Lost in Translation podcast said the 20 in the front and 40 in the back. Yes, baby. That's the thing. When you giving away, how can you make a man want to even, not make him, but want him to think about marriage when there's women out here giving that pussy away for free? Okay? And Through the Fire podcast said some for a blunt and some and a Happy Meal. He right. Some of y'all will give that pussy away for a blunt and Happy Meal. Okay? And sometimes not even that. Because if Pookie and Ray Ray got good game and he already captured your mind by talking about how he gonna fuck you, you gonna sleep with him. See, men had the mindset of, now, is it wrong for him to have the mindset to say, I want to fuck on a regular, that's why I'm getting married? No, it's not. Because at least he want to get married. At least he wants to get married. But when y'all giving that pussy out, okay, when y'all giving that pussy out like it don't mean shit, this is why marriage won't come. Because you holding out, right? You holding out. Let's say you get a good sister and she holding out, okay? There's 1,000,001 other women that's gonna give that pussy freely, because all of us as women, as a collective, no matter what color you are, as a collective, we all hoeing. We all hoeing. We all hoeing. So if you don't give me pussy, somebody else gonna give me pussy. See, as a collective, we don't understand our bodies. As a collective, we don't understand that our bodies is a temple. Shout out to Embrace the Grace father. Shout out to her father. May his soul rest in peace. Y'all don't understand that your body is a temple. So you think it's okay to be out here fucking everybody. We think it's okay. So just like Ricky said this a few years ago. I think it was like when I first met Sir Hill Speaks. Shout out to Sir Hill Speaks. And I met Ricky. And Ricky said on the panel, let me see. I've been doing social media for 2 years. So I think I met Ricky. I think it had to be 2 years ago when I met everybody, because that's when I started social media. So now, Ricky said a lot of men are paying for used pussy. They wifing used pussy because we don't understand as women that your body is a temple. The scriptures say your body is a temple. We don't understand that. When I say that this is going to get worse, we ain't seen nothing yet. We ain't seen nothing yet right here. Because our women don't understand this one thing. Guess what our women don't understand? And it's only one thing that they don't understand. Respect. That's one thing our sisters don't understand. They don't understand respect. That's one thing they don't understand. Why would a man want to get married when we passing pussy like a collection plate? Why would they? Yes, it is 18. Why would they? Why would they want to get married? Now, when Mr. Bennett said this, Mr. Bennett is about what, 50 something, or what is he, 60? I'm not even sure. Probably late 50s. Shout out to Mr. Bennett for telling the truth. This is when women had substance. They wasn't out there doing too much bullshit like now. Like, women done got to the point right now that they will walk out with the pussy wide open and the breast hanging down. Like, get it, come get it. They have come to that point now that women will walk out with the pussy wide open and no bra on and just come out and say, come get it. Thank you, Daniel, for the 1 month membership. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you. Ricky said, by the time a woman is 30, I'm sorry, Daniel. Daniel said, good morning. Good morning, Daniel. It's good to see you, too. Ricky said by the time women is 30, she has more than likely gave away the best of her already. She more than likely gave away the best of her already. He's right. He's right. It's true. She have done it. She have gave away the best of her already. And it's sad. When you hear men from back in the day, baby boomers, and they talk about how women have substance, a lot of women have more substance than being hoes. A lot of women had a good mindset because they were raised that way. Okay? A lot of women did. There were more women of substance back then than hoes. It was. Now, the tables have turned. There's more hoes than women with substance. And like Ricky always say, we standing too close to the hoes. That's why men can't figure which is which. They can't even figure which is which. Because we all looking the same. Everybody got that lace wig, 27-inch wig. Everybody got those talons on their hands. Everybody got a booty butt done and breasts done and all this other stuff. And we all looking crazy. Mm-hmm. We all looking crazy. Thank you, Miss O, for the 4-month membership, baby. Miss O says, speak that truth, my sister. I appreciate you. We all looking the same. And Ricky is right. We do. We all looking the same. So men can't even tell the difference. My sisters, because we have not taken our bodies and understood that our bodies are a temple. Men don't understand that it's a temple either, because we have given it away for a Happy Meal. We have given it away for a 5-star restaurant. Through the Fire podcast, thank you for the 9 months membership. Shout out to My Body, My Choice movement. He's right. Shout out to My Body, My Choice movement. Ricky, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. The worst of it is most women and 304s have the same belief system. He's right about that. Shout out to Ricky, because that live was on fire yesterday. That live was on fire. I'm going to share something with y'all. If a husband and wife don't have, and Ricky said this, and he's right. If a husband and wife can't take over, if you as the woman don't take over your husband's belief system, a lot of y'all stuff gonna be on fire. Or if y'all can't compromise to the understanding of his belief system, a lot of that shit gonna go left. A lot of that shit gonna go left if y'all don't have the same understanding. Malik, baby, thank you for the $10 super chat. I appreciate you, honey. I appreciate you. A lot of things in your marriage will go wrong if y'all don't have the same understanding. It's true. If y'all don't have the same understanding, a lot of the things in your marriage will go wrong. It will. And I'll share something else with y'all that will really make your marriage go wrong. If you have a woman who believes she could live without her husband, let me repeat that one more time for the crowd in the back. If you have a woman that believes she could live without her husband, the marriage ain't gonna last. If she believe that she don't need that husband, the marriage ain't gonna last. If you ask a married woman right now, I don't care how old she married, how many years she been married. If you ask her if she could live without her husband, just talk to her just for a little bit, without her husband being around and everything like that. If you ask her if she could live without her husband, the marriage is a problem. Any woman that could get up here and say, I can't live without my husband. I love this man. I can't live without him. Like there's a motherfucking problem in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? If you get a woman who say she can't live without him. Now I'm not saying she gonna take herself out to glory. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that her heart hurts that she can't be without him, but she's continuing to push on every day. Shout out to the women who continue to push on every day. But if she say, I can't live without him, it's hard for me, but I'm making it by. She loved that man. She loved him. If you hear women who they will get up here, let's talk about it. You get women that will get up here, they be married 20 something years, and the husband went on to glory and they happy about the shit. She was never a good wife and she never loved him. She gave two shits about this man. This is why you have to find out before you get married if this woman have any mercy for you. That's why I believe every man should create a scenario before they marry somebody. Create a scenario where shit about to go to hell real quick in a handbasket. Create a scenario where you might have lost your job. You know, you're lying, talking about you lost your job, something. Create a scenario before you decide to get married. Okay? Create something to find out if this woman has mercy for you. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Yeah. Now, Ricky said this before. Okay? Ricky said this before. And my king did this to me. Okay? My king did this to me. Mind you, he knew I was the woman he wanted, but he did this to me. And I was terrified. I was like, oh my God, we just got together. This is what I was thinking. We just got together. Mind you, we was together for a year already. But I was like, we just got together. How is this happening like this? You know? And for a few months, I had to rise to the challenge. And I continued to still love him. I continued to still wanted to be with him. If she has no mercy for you when you're going through some shit, she not meant to be your wife. She not. If she don't give two shits about what happened to you, she not meant to be your wife. I remember somebody close to my husband was telling us a story about a woman he was with. And he was telling her he was going through something. And da 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 da. This what happened. And this woman turned her back on him. And he said, never in his wildest dreams he would have thought that would happen. Never in his wildest dreams he would have thought that would happen because she kept love bombing him. She kept love bombing him. You could tell a man all you want how much you love him. It's the actions that you have. It's your actions that will reveal if you really love this man or not. It's the way you behave. It's the way that you behave. A lot of women May KS soul rest in peace. A lot of women, a lot of women will not make it, will never make it to hear these words. I got it. I got it. Don't worry. A lot of women will never hear these words a day in their life because of one simple word: respect. Because of one simple word: respect. A lot of y'all women will never get to hear, baby, don't worry, I got it. Because of one simple word: respect. Hey, skinny boy. I'm sorry if I didn't greet you earlier. Big E, how are you? It's good to see you. A lot of us destroy because you will get out here and you will say, I got a PhD. I run my own business. I make money moves everywhere I step. A lot of y'all will get out here and say, I'm chasing a bag. A lot of y'all. And all these things that you have will never amount to the security of a man. None of this will ever amount to the teaching of a man. None of this will ever amount to the love of a man. All these things that you have, materialistic things, will never amount to a man. I don't care how you try to spin it, turn it around, wake it up, shake it, whatever you trying to do, it will never amount to a man. A lot of y'all miss that part. A lot of y'all miss that part. A lot of y'all will get in here and say that I don't need no man. A lot of y'all Christian women get in here and say, you know, Jesus is my husband. A lot of y'all get in here and say all that. But Yahweh didn't design for you to be Jesus' wife. He didn't. A lot of y'all get that confused. And then when you do decide that you want a man, all those good men that you passed up, you mess those men up. And so what happens is it's only Pookie and Rere that is available. I don't even want to label myself as, I don't want to even label myself as Christian anymore. I don't. I just want to say that, you know, I have a relationship with Yahweh. I just want to say that I know Yahweh. That's what I want to say. Because Christianity has put this fake ideology in women that Jesus is your husband. You know, the closest person that you will get to see, the closest person that you will get to see God in. This is the closest person that you will get to see God in. Okay? I want to share this with you. KK, thank you for the $9.99 super chat. I appreciate you, baby. The closest person that you will get to see God in is man. I know it rolled over y'all heads. Some of y'all ain't get it. I know. That's what, you know. Some of y'all ain't get what I'm trying to say. It's okay. Let me land. The closest person that you will get to see God in, the closest person, you don't even like him. You can't stand him. You call him evil. You don't need him. You know what I'm saying? But this is the closest because God said, I made man in my own image. I made man in my own image. That's the closest you're going to get to see God. In your physical form, that's the closest you're going to ever get to see God. And someone that God said, I made in my own image, you hate them. I just wanna share that with you. I just wanna share that with you. Nettie, I'm gonna share something with you. God said, you make one step, I'll take two. Mm-hmm. That's the truth. God said, you make one step, I'll take two. All because of that little trouble I had at the laundromat, right? The little trouble I had at the laundromat. The one step that I made is that I was kind when I walked over to my husband. You know, he wasn't my husband yet, but when I walked over to him, I said, baby, that's not how you put the clothes in the wash machine. That's one step. God said, you make one step, I'll take two. Ricky, thank you for the $1.99 super chat. She sees Jesus and God every time I hit that spot. All right, Ricky. Ricky doing some fresh stuff this morning. Okay? This is the thing. In order for God to move, you have to make a step. My sisters, in order for God to move, you got to make a step. And guess what the step is towards our brothers? It's just respect. That's it. That's it. Some kind words will have a man look at you two-sided. I don't care what you look like. Some kind words will make a brother take two steps. Now, there's one thing that I have never mentioned, and I have never said I'm so thankful for having, that even made my king look at me twice, okay? Now, my king saw me many times before I met him, okay? He saw me many times before I met him. You know, I tell y'all this story all the time. There's two laundromats on 3rd Street. One is closer to Pine Street. The other one is closer to East Jersey Street. And sometimes when Pine Street laundromat was too full, I would go down to Jersey Street. Okay, anybody from Elizabeth, you already know. So I would go to the East Jersey Street one because it was closer. Mind you, my king lived over on East Jersey Street. So only what made him infatuated with me is the way my backside roll. I got a big wagon, honey. I listen. My wagon be dragging. I got a big wagon. So this is what made my king want to know me. So I want to say I appreciate my wagon. That's what I want to say. I want to say I appreciate my wagon. That's what I want to say. I want to put that out there. I appreciate her because I would have never been able to even have a conversation with my king. Don't be laughing at me. I don't be laughing at me. I just want to say that. I want to put that out there. Okay? I want to put that out there, and I appreciate my wagon. So that's what made him want to even talk to me, because he always wanted a wife that was dragging the wagon. Now, the next step was that could I be respectful? And that's where the laundromat come into play. Steve, don't be laughing at me. That's where the laundromat come into play. Because, okay, because I said, baby, that's not how you put your clothes in the washing. Mind you, my husband was in his 30s. Of course, you know he know how to wash clothes. He just did some nonsense so that I would say something. I don't even know how he knew I would say something. Okay? He just stuffed those clothes. It was some clothes and a quilt. He just stuffed all that in the washing machine. Y'all know good and hell well you can't wash no clothes like that. You got to pull that quilt in and bring it out straight and put piece by piece in there so that it'll lay properly in the washing machine. We all know that, right? We all know that. And at the same time, he looking at me. He throwing the stuff in there, making all that noise so I could be looking anyway. Okay, shout out to my king for tricking me. I appreciate you for that, sir. Because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be in this house right now with these monsters. And I appreciate you, okay? My husband, I know you watching. Be safe. I love you, my king. Yes. So if it wasn't for him making all that noise, putting that stuff in the washing machine, I would have never, okay, said something to him, okay? And then, you know, he had, you know, my king used to wear these waves, these waves in his hair back in the day when we were younger. And my king always been like that chocolate, you know, he always been chocolate. So, you know, and he got this stand. My king got this stand like royalty. You know what I'm saying? He got this stand like royalty. You know what I'm saying? Like you just know. And now, mind you, my king not a tall man. My king is not. Okay? He not a tall man, but he has like royalty like coming out of his veins, like when you hear him and the way he talking. My king not a loud man. He's not. He's humble, but he's amazing. You know what I'm saying? I love my husband. Shit. Shout out to my king and shit. Shout out to my king. That's right. Damn it. So this is why I say what I said today to y'all is that the thing we lack, my sisters, is respect. That's why we keep missing the mark. Okay? We keep missing the mark. That's right, Nettie. It does. It does fade. You right. You right. It's true. You right. It does fade. See, your beauty and the way your body look gonna get this man to pay attention to you. This is true. I like what Nettie said. Your beauty and the way, you know, the way you carry yourself is gonna get this man to look. But the respect will keep him there. Do you understand? The respect that you have will keep him there. Just want to let y'all know that part. The respect will keep him there. Check this out. You ever met a man who everybody got one of these uncles. Everybody got that one uncle that he always looked good. Every woman that he had always was like, you know, the creme de la creme. Everybody got this uncle. I have this uncle. Everybody got this uncle. Okay? That every woman he had was the creme de la creme. He ain't married their ass. He ain't married their ass. They look good and everything, right? But he married a one that got something that he like. It's one thing that he like, okay? One thing that he like in this woman. One thing. And she don't look like none of the rest of the women that he had been with, okay? She got one thing on her body that he like. And your uncle like it. He like it. Your uncle like it. That one thing that made him pay attention to her. Okay, she got one thing. And then when she opened up her mouth and started talking, he said, damn, I gotta get this one. I gotta get this one. He sees something in her that she don't even see in herself. Because mind you, your uncle is fine. Your uncle fine and shit. And so she like, this not, he gonna try to play me out and this and that and all this. This is what she thinking. Because he done had women that look much better than you. And your uncle be with this woman for like 20, 30 something years and they still married. Some of y'all uncles, they still married to this same woman. Okay? And your uncle got those stories to tell you that, oh, I was doing this, I was doing that, and this and that. And then and the math is not mathing. You sitting there, you like, well, how he end up with Aunt Shirley? You know what I'm saying? The math is not mathing. And then he sat up there and he tell you, because your Auntie Shirley had something that none of those women had. She had one thing that made me turn my neck. You know how your uncle talk. He tell you like this. She had one thing that made me turn my neck. But then the next thing that she gave me was what? Respect. She gave me respect. And so that's why I'm still with your Auntie Shirley. That's why I'm still, dropping it down like it is. You know what I'm saying? And he love your Auntie Shirley. Better not nobody say shit about Auntie Shirley. His mama, his sisters, nobody better not say nothing about Auntie Shirley. He'll curse them out. They already know. He gonna curse you out. Don't you say nothing about Auntie Shirley. You see? So, I'm gonna share something with you. Oh, you just sent it to me, Trey? Let me just check. You said you just sent it to me, or was this before? Y'all, give me 1 minute. Give me 1 minute, y'all. I don't see it, Trey. Was that the time when let me see. Oh, okay. Elder and wisdom. Is that it right there? Let me see.
It's not the one got money, Amber. It's the one honest.
And not too many of them honest nowadays.
Oh, yes, you can. Yes, you can. There's some good men out there. But what it is now, it's the women. It ain't the men no more. The women gone bad. The women's gone bad. It ain't the men's now. It's the women done gone bad.
She right.
You gonna flip the script on us?
Yeah, it's the women done gone bad.
You a woman yourself.
I'm a woman myself, but I don't do half the things I see these women do now.
They don't care no more.
That's when the men don't respect them. That's why. Let me tell you something, Amber. You got to give a man respect to get respect. You know what I'm saying? You got to give your husband respect to get respect.
Facts.
Because as long as you respect him, ain't too much he gonna do wrong.
He ain't.
It's not the one.
Grandma is right. Shout out to Trey. I think I shared this, Trey, anyway. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. It's true. See, I'm going to share something with you. When you have respect for your husband, when you have respect for him, you ain't going to want to see nothing happen to him. You ain't going to want to see no evil befall him when you got respect for him. See, when you can curse your husband out and say nonsense to him and everything like that, you could see somebody set him up. You could see somebody set him up. You could. I wish a bitch would. I wish a bitch would. You want to do what? To who? Oh, you got the wrong husband. You must be talking about somebody else. Not mine. Not mine. Lord, not mine. You got a problem. Black Man Unfiltered had said something on Tuesday. He said that Take Heed is very submissive to her husband. Now, mind you, I just come on here and talk shit. A lot of y'all don't know if I'm submissive to my husband or not. But Black Man Unfiltered know I'm submissive because the way we talk off camera. Okay? So he knows I follow what my husband say. Okay? So he said if Take Heed husband right now in the middle of the live come up and say, get off the computer, we have to talk. What do you think Take Heed would do? Everybody on the panel got quiet. He said, Take Heed, what would you do? I would tell y'all, everybody have a good night. I gotta go. And I would close this thing. I would get off. That's what I would tell y'all. Everybody have a good night. I gotta go. And I would close my computer. Because I'm gonna share something with you. My king means more to me than anything in this world that is of any substance. My king means more to me, and the respect level that I have for him means so much to me that I never want to lose that. Do you understand? I never want to lose that. I always tell people in my mind, my king is on a pedestal that nobody could take down. I don't care what you say about my husband. I don't care if you said he work at the post office. I don't care if you said my husband is short. I don't care about none of that. I don't care if you say that my husband not a six-figure man. I don't care about none of that shit. My husband mean more to me than anybody could say. And only how you know these things is because I tell y'all. And so people think by throwing it in my face that it hurts, but it doesn't. I was with my husband when we was just eating rice and beans. Shout out to the rice and beans days that I had with my king. I was with my husband when we was struggling to take care of our own business. Me and my king been through some shit together, but I still love him and I still respect him. And I pray I will continue to love and respect this man to the day that God calls me to glory. See, a lot of y'all got husbands for convenience. A lot of y'all got husbands for convenience. A lot of y'all got husbands. You can't stand this man. You can't stand him one bit, but because what he do for you, you keep him around. Yep, a lot of y'all do. A lot of y'all can't stand your husband. You hate him and everything and wish God took him away. A lot of y'all. Yeah. A lot of y'all can't stand him at all. Then, when God do take him to glory, then you find out how hard it is to maintain without him. It's always when they gone that you find out how amazing that they are. It's not when they alive, when they here. Any little thing they do, it aggravate the shit out you. It aggravate the shit out you. You get mad for any little thing that he do. Until God take him to glory. Or either y'all get divorced. It's a lot of y'all who y'all get divorced. And you know, you happy. y'all divorced until some months pass by that you know you have fucked up. That's when you understand you have fucked up. It's sad, but it's true. A lot of y'all husbands is living with a stranger, but he done already married you. So ain't much he gonna be able to do. Ain't much he gonna be able to do. It's already too late. The sad part is that a lot of children don't even value their father. And I'll share with you why. Because it's the upbringing of how the mother trained them. I want y'all to hear what Charlemagne said about his father. Now, I know a lot of people going to think that this is funny, but it broke my heart when I heard him say it. Check it out. Listen to this.
Would you sell a family member for $100 million? If yes, which one, Schultz?
I mean, can I sell like cousins and shit? I have like plenty that I would sell, but not direct family. Like none of my direct family, but cousins, yeah, absolutely. They would have to understand that.
What do you mean direct family? Define direct family.
Brother, mom,
Yeah.
dad, wife, daughter. I'm
Oh,
not
no,
selling.
none of your family that you made, your
Yeah.
wife and your daughter, none of that's happening.
Parents, I'm not selling them.
I'm not selling the parents.
Yeah,
What? I think me and my dad could come to some type of negotiation deal with Pops. Check this out. Check it out, Pops. You're older. It's $100 million.
How many years you got left?
It's $100 million. I'm gonna throw you 20.
Yeah.
You go be with this family. They're not gonna want you. They're gonna send you back anyway.
That's a good thing. If you have confidence that they're going to throw them away,
Yes.
now you got the $100 million.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, check this out. I know that it's funny. Everybody was laughing about it, right? What Charlemagne had said. And his father probably would laugh about it too. But I want us to dissect this a little bit. His co-host, right? Okay. His co-host is a white man. Okay. Charlemagne, of course, is a black man. Okay. The co-host, okay, that is a funny comedian, this white guy, he said not the parents. He couldn't give away his parents for that money. But Charlemagne said, well, my father, my father. And we're going to talk about how the upbringing when it comes to the father. Oh, thank you, Malik Andrew. I appreciate you. I ain't going to be able to pronounce the last name properly. Thank you. I appreciate you, Malik. So now we're going to talk about the upbringing, because a lot of women, they don't let their children know who actually does everything and why they live comfortable. A lot of children don't understand that if it wasn't for daddy going out here working every day, breaking his back and his ankles and his legs and hurting to do this work, you wouldn't have this beautiful house on your head, okay, over your head. You wouldn't have water running. You wouldn't have lights. You wouldn't have gas. You wouldn't have food in the refrigerator and in the cabinets. There are a lot of children that don't understand this. That their father goes out every day to provide this comfortable life while he breaking his back every day to make sure these kids got. Because they only see mama going to the grocery store. They only see mama going to Walmart. They only see mama buying clothes and sneakers. Mind you, it was the money that daddy gave. It was the money that daddy gave, that daddy talked to you the night before and said, make sure I watched this child sneakers, got little holes in them. Get this child some sneakers. Okay? Now, I watched this child, he got some, gym clothes. The gym clothes got holes in them. I don't want my child walking around with no holy clothes on. Go up there and get this baby some clothes. Okay? The same daddy that said, make sure that mortgage and that light and that gas get paid and that water, and make sure you go food shopping. Same daddy Same daddy. But this is the daddy that Charlamagne said, I'm going to give away, but they going to send him back. I'm going to send him back. Now, Andrew said, I can't do my parents. Now, my cousins and everybody, I can do that. I can sell them. But I can't do my immediate family and I can't do my parents. But Charlamagne said, I can do my father. This is the upbringing that we teach our children. That daddy can be sold. Daddy can be sold. Mind you, daddy wouldn't sell none of his offspring, but the offspring can sell the daddy. Mind you, we talking about the fathers who do what they supposed to do. I'm not talking about no Pookie and Rere. I'm talking about the fathers who do what they supposed to do. Okay? That's who I'm talking about. The fathers who do what they supposed to do. And as you being a mama, you got to guide those children and tell them, if it wasn't for your daddy, if it wasn't for your daddy, you wouldn't have this, you wouldn't have that. We have to be mindful to tell these children, if it wasn't for your daddy, have mercy for your daddy. As the mama, you got to tell these children that. When I went to go get these kids school clothes and everything and ordered their book bags and school supplies and all this other stuff, right? Check this out. Came back with the stuff. Okay, the book bags got ordered from eBay. Came back with everything else from Walmart. Okay? And the kids said, clothes everywhere. Clothes all in the living room, all in the bags and everything. And they said, Mama, oh, Mama, thank you for all these clothes. Thank you for the school supplies, this and that. And I said, Your daddy bought all this stuff here. I ain't buying nothing. Your daddy bought everything. When he get home from work, make sure you tell him, thank you. Make sure you tell him you appreciate him for the sneakers and the clothes and the school supplies. Make sure you let him know. And they said, okay, Mama, we'll let him know. I always remind them. When I come in from grocery shopping, when I come in from Aldi's with all that food, they say, Mama, oh, thank you for buying all this food, this and that. And I tell them, make sure you tell your daddy, thank you. Your daddy bought all this food. Your daddy bought all this food. You know what's so funny? When I go to the grocery store, I even got the cashier saying this to me when I go to Aldi's. She asked me, do you got the King card today? I said, yes. So ain't nothing, I ain't got to put nothing back. I got the King card today. Now, if I got my card, I got to put some stuff back. I done went over. I only got a certain amount of money on that card. But when I got the King card, that access is unlimited. I just, there you go. Even if I know I went over just a little bit, I'm like, nah, I got the King card today. I ain't got to put nothing back. We don't know how to give them their flowers while they're here. It's a lot of us that don't know how to give our husband his flowers while he is here. Yes, Quincy, I swipe with confidence. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And I smile when I'm swiping. Especially when she say to me, you got the King card today. Yes, I do. We have to understand that just because you rarely see this man like you see mama doesn't mean that he not handling his business. Daddy is not there because if he's there, you wouldn't be able to live in the house that you live in. You wouldn't be able to be comfortable the way you are while your daddy is out there slaving in the hot sun. Now, my sisters, I'm not saying that what you're doing is not worth anything. Don't get that twisted. It's not. I'm not saying that. You are the helpmate, and your husband know that without you, things will crumble. So he appreciates you. And he loves you. Because if he ain't love you, he wouldn't do the shit that he's supposed to do for you. Quincy said I call my wife card the junk card. Quincy, you wrong for that. I want you to hear something. Check this out. And we gonna discuss it, but I want y'all to hear what this young woman says. Shout out to the Shade Room for always dropping stuff, even though it be a little crazy, but I want y'all to listen to this.
Our girl Lala Anthony is trending because she made some comments at Michael Rubin's Fanatics Fest. Y'all seen all the stuff about that?
Yeah, I saw that. That's dope.
NYC. The actress revealed that she hasn't changed her last name since she divorced Carmelo. So what do you guys think about that? Because, you know, in my mind, I married you. I was in a marriage. You know, I put up with you. I've earned this last name, and I'm not giving it back. You're not getting nothing back from me. Not the ring, not the last name. You're not getting nothing back because you didn't waste my time.
Okay, then my thing is though this, Kiki, if just answer. If I wasted your time,
yes,
and you're through with me,
yes,
why do you want to keep my name?
Because I didn't already built this brand as Lala Anthony. Okay,
then you might as well stay married.
No, stay married to get cheated on. Are you sick?
Who cheated? Then what am I?
We don't know that.
Then why not go back to your name?
Why would I've already. This is my name. When I married you, I earned this name. I built a brand. I've ordered my hat with my name on it, and I'm not changing it because I divorced you. And we have a child together. My child still shares that last name, so I'm going to use the last name that I was married to. And if I decide to change it, that's up to me. But nobody's going to dictate to me what I'm giving back after a divorce because I can't get my time back.
Whoa, calm down, champ. Go back to the corner.
Okay, I'm just saying. I can't give.
So these are the same women who will get up here and just keep you in all types of foolery. This young woman here. Because Lala Anthony, right? Check this out. Lala Anthony, since her divorce, she has never got married again, right? And everybody who wants to talk to her in her DMs, she confirmed this herself. I'm just going to say allegedly. But she confirmed this herself. She said everybody who come holla at her is a young person, a young man who come to holla at her. And a young man coming to holla at an older woman, he just want to fuck her. That's it. That's it. He just want to fuck her because she's Lala Anthony. That's it. Okay? That's it. I hope I said her name right. So this is the thing. She said, I'm not going to give up. She shouldn't give up her name. She made a brand. She wasted time being with this man. Mind you, why do we always say the woman wasted her time? Did not the man have time lost as well? Did not the man have time lost as well? A lot of y'all will run off and leave your husband because he cheated to turn around to be a side chick to somebody else's husband. A lot of y'all will do that. Instead of you finding out why this man is cheating. A lot of y'all will turn around and leave your husband. We got to talk about it. A lot of y'all will turn around and leave your husband to turn around and be a side chick to somebody else's husband. You will let the kingdom fall to turn around to be a side chick to somebody else. Lala has not had another man in her life since her divorce. Now, I ain't saying she ain't fucking, but she ain't had nobody of substance since she was married to Kamalo. I hope I said his name right. Kamalo. I'm going to say his name wrong. She has not. She has not. She's still in the waiting stages. But how long do you wait? How old are you now? How old are you? You want to keep this man's name. You want to keep his ring. This is what this woman said. I would keep his name. I would keep the ring. You ain't getting nothing back. And you wasted my time. And now they say she said he was cheating. Now the brother said, allegedly, we don't know why they divorced. We don't know why they divorced. But this is what it is. Once any of these women get divorced, all these scandals start coming out that the man was this and the man was that. But I tell you right now, just like I said to y'all, JT, shout out to JT. Let a woman sit around and talk long enough, she gonna tell the truth. She gonna tell it. She is going to tell it. She gonna tell her whole, she gonna tell it all. And so what this woman's saying, she thinks she right. Thank you, Malik. She thinks she right. Oh no, he did this and he did that and don't know what really happened. Why would you want to keep this man's name? Why would you want to continue to be called by this man if he hurt you so much? You built a brand with his name. He was already famous. You was on a radio show. He was already famous. But this is what y'all do. This is what y'all say. Check this out. Shout out to this brother right here. He's a content creator. And it says The Human Man. Let's talk about it. I want y'all to hear what he said. Check this out.
I've never had a wife. I accidentally shared my last name with someone who belonged to the streets. I've never had a...
That's nasty, right? I never had a wife. I never had a wife. I accidentally shared my name with someone who belongs to the streets. There are a lot of husbands that believe that today. I don't have a wife. I just accidentally shared my name with someone who belongs to the streets. A lot of y'all women believe that marriage is supposed to be a bed of roses, that nothing is supposed to go wrong. Both of you are human beings. There will be flaws. There will be disagreements. I'm not one of those sisters that will tell you if your husband cheats on you to stay. I'm not one of those. But I will tell you to find out why he cheated. Find out why first before you make any decisions to move or to stay. Malik said, no, I'm sorry. King Ba said marriage is work. Malik, you just on my mind. Here we go. Malik said putting together a divorce party for her. Putting together a divorce party. And it makes sense to y'all. It makes sense to decimate your home. It makes sense to decimate your home. Shout out to Red Pill Awareness. I want y'all to hear this, man. Saint and Sinner. Now, I have some reservations about Saint and Sinner. Because ever since he had that young man on his show that had that baby mama song, my heart went out to the young man. I was like, wow. But the young man have some issues with himself as well. And even though he's in his 30s or whatever, he got some issues that he need to deal with. But Saint had ripped him a new one when he had came on his show. Saint ripped him a new one, honey. But I want y'all to hear what Saint said, that it makes so much sense. Y'all take heed to the message.
You know the funny thing too about females like you? On the front end, you be bucking up and acting wild. Yeah. It's just like when you meet a horse that could potentially be a thoroughbred, but it's wild and you have to break it. The sadness is that to break something, you have to hurt it. Right. You see what I'm saying? You're the kind of female that makes a man apply a certain kind of pressure and power towards you that is actually not healthy. You see, because when you tell me I gotta outman you, the fact of the matter is, as far as being a man, you ain't no match for me. And so you said, of course. Then why would I need to prove that?
A lot of y'all women that will get up here and say a man gotta outman me. He gotta outman me. Y'all don't even know what a man is. 18, I love what you said in here, baby. I love what you said in here. You gotta outman me. You don't even know what a man is. Outman me. You not a man. You don't know what a man is. But you will get up in a man face and you gotta he gotta outman me. Y'all the type of women you don't need no man. Just go off and be by yourself. Cause you will never respect this man. You will never know what it feels to actually love this man. You won't even know. You won't even understand it. If a man gotta outman you, you ain't worth it. You not worth him keeping. If he got to outman you and you a woman. A lot of y'all women get in here and say, he got to handle me. He got to handle me. Nobody should handle you. You're a grown woman. You might have some problems and some situations that you need some teaching. But handling that doesn't make sense. The teaching will come in because he needs to teach you how to be his wife. That's where the teaching come in. But we should not be throwing blows that he gotta manhandle you for you to listen. That's right, Lost. Lost said you handling animals. What is going on? That's right. Shout out to Satan Center. He dropped that real good. Steve said, I never understood that handle me. I don't understand it either, baby. I don't understand it either. Shout out to Red Pill Awareness one more time. Shout out to Red Pill Awareness.
One of the best things that happens to man is women betrays you. A friend betrays you. You lose all your money. You get publicly humiliated. You take a beating. You take a loss. Man, it sucks. You know, that can help you become a better husband, a better father, a better man, a better friend by going through it. It's not the end. It's just the phase that you went through. One of the best things that happens to man is women betrays you. A friend betrays you. You lose all your money. You get publicly humiliated. You take a beating. You take a loss. Man, it sucks. You know, that can help you become a better husband, a better father, a better man, a better friend by going through it. It's not the end. It's just the phase that you went through.
If I say to you that this man is lying, I'm lying too. Do you hear me? If I say to you that this man is lying, I'm lying too. When you're a good man and a woman do you wrong and she mistreats you, this can make or break you. But as a man, it should make you stronger. Even though it hurts. Because it's going to make you watch for the real woman that is going to come. The woman of substance. Let me say not real woman, but a woman of substance. you'll be able to know which one is wrong and which one is right. See, a lot of women, and Ricky said this yesterday, a lot of women always tell their sons to be good. You know, I want you to be a good man, be a good man, be kind to women, be this, be that, right? But then, in a sense, we tell our girls that, oh, be with a man who got money, be with a man who this and that, right? We tell our girls this. But you want your son to be a good man. You want him to be a good man, a caring man, and this and that. And mind you, these women who are looking for men that got money, they're leeches. They're hyenas. So a man has to have two ways about himself. He got to be the way that the world will see him, and he got to be the way that his wife will see him, and his sister and his aunties and his mother and everybody else. One thing when I'm saying something to our son in the house, when he asks me questions, I tell him, if a woman treats you good, you treat her good. I don't tell him to be good. I don't tell him to be good. I don't say be a good and kind and caring man. I don't tell him that. I said, if a woman treats you good, you treat her good. Because I don't want our son to be out here treating every woman good and then she treating him like shit. I don't want him to be going through that. I treat you good, you know, and then you treat me like shit. No. You treat me the way I want to be treated, just like the way you want to be treated. We got to treat each other equally. You show me respect, I'm going to show you respect. The thing is that when our son asks me or say something to me, this is what I will say to him all the time. His father is the one that go into detail, because his father can tell him what a woman will do and how she will behave and how he's supposed to respond as a man. So a woman can't actually teach her son how to be a husband. She cannot. Now, she can teach her son to copy her, yes, but she can't teach him how to be a husband. She will never be able to teach him how to be a husband. But I will always say to our son, she got to treat you right. She treats you right, you treat her right. If she don't treat you right, you have no time for that. Don't settle. I don't care how good she look or how good her body is. If that mind ain't right, baby, you ain't gonna never have no peace. If that mind ain't right, you ain't gonna never have no peace. I don't care how good she look. I just wanted to share that with y'all. Another thing too that I wanted us to chime in on, and then I'm gonna let y'all be. I wanted us to chime in on something. I find it so ironic when a woman will be with a man, right? Okay, she will be with a man, and she got him from another woman. Or he was married and she got him from his wife. And then he turned around and started cheating. Should the woman be mad with him that he's cheating? We have to talk about this. Should the woman be mad with him that he's cheating? Mind you, she got him. She got him because he was cheating. How can you get upset with a man who you was fucking him when he was with somebody, and now that you married to him, he's still doing the same thing? That just means he wasn't ready to marry. Some men walk around with just community dick. Some women walk around with community pussy. You got to lead them where they at. You got to lead them where they at. If you community dick and community pussy, you got to lead them in the street. You don't marry them. You don't bring them home. What are we doing? Don't bring nobody home. I'm looking at Carly B. How can you be upset with this man that he's cheating? That's how you got him, baby. That's how you got him. You can't be mad with him that he's cheating. That's how you got him. A lot of y'all women, y'all kill me because this how you got him. You got him by him fucking you. And he was married to, oh, not married, but he was dating somebody else. You can't expect for good to happen to you. You cannot expect for good to happen to you. If you out here, you got him by him cheating, and then you marry him and he just continued to still cheat. He just got community dick, baby. You can't be mad that you married a man that got community dick. You was out here fucking married men. You was out here fucking men who had relationships. And now that the tables have been turned on you, you heartbroken. You can't be heartbroken if you was out there destroying other people's marriages and you didn't think that it was going to happen to you. That's right. King Boss said, just your turn. It's your turn, baby. It's your turn. It is your turn. Shout out to Corey Holcomb. Let's get into it.
If you just take a 40-year-old woman who cussed her mama, moved out, got fucked by a whole bunch of guys, kept 2 of the kids in her 20s, went through her 30s, arguing and talking shit with everybody but the boss at her job, by the time she 40, she is useless to a man in a meaningful relationship. She's straight for the stroke, though. If you just take a 40-year-old woman who cussed her mama, moved out, got fucked by a whole bunch of guys, kept 2 of the kids in her 20s, went through her 30s, arguing and talking shit with everybody but the boss at her job, by the time she 40, she is useless to a man in a meaningful relationship.
Corey is correct. He's right. But these is y'all same women that come to social media talking about you need a man. But you have done all this bullshit in your youth. And now that you know that pussy is not the community pussy no more, now you want to marry, but you are useless to a man. You're useless to a man because you have given that pussy to everybody. You have given it to everybody. But you got a good ass job though. But you had given that pussy to everybody. And now you ready to get wiped down at 40. I always say the blessing that I had. Catalina, how are you, baby? Thank you for coming to rock with me. I know I'm a little long today, y'all. I always say the blessing that I had was that I was able to turn around in my 20s. I was able to turn around in my 20s to see something was wrong. A lot of y'all don't get the turnaround. A lot of y'all don't. Y'all be on y'all 60s and 70s on a podcast, on a platform talking about you still looking to get married. And I want to tell y'all women who believe that your time has passed. You have missed your time. Because there was something in you that was supposed to change back then when you were young. And you're too old now to try to change it. That's why you can get into arguments and have full-on wars with men who you don't even know them from Adam, unless only how you know them is because of social media. That's why it tells me that you'll never see marriage again, because you can get up here and argue with men on panels that you have never met them a day in your life. And you can't even apologize for your behavior. A lot of y'all will just get old and die alone. That's it. That's the truth. May KS soul rest in peace. All the things that KS has said has come to pass so clearly in these last days. It is crazy. It's crazy. Shay is right. Shay said Vivica Fox talked that nonsense. She ready to meet a man. Yeah, you will, sis. His name is Jesus. Yes, Shay right. His name is Jesus. That's who you gonna meet. His name is Jesus, honey. 18 said, I'm getting married again, dear. Future husband. We are not dying alone. Go ahead, 18. I love that. But 18, baby, listen, 18, when I'm talking about this, I'm never saying you, baby. You always talked about how amazing your husband was before God called him to glory. I'm not talking about you, baby. Far from it. You hear me? Far from it. This is what I wanted to just let y'all know. We gonna play the pastor one more time and we out of here. I want y'all to take heed to the message of what this pastor is saying. I don't like everything Jamal say, but he hit the nail on the head with this one. And everybody have a wonderful day. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for coming to rock with me. If you want to donate to the channel, you can donate through Cash App, through Super Chat. You can donate through Venmo as well. Venmo link, I believe, is in my bio on YouTube too. If it's not, I'm going to link it to this story. Okay. Also, guys, don't forget, DL Hughley is going to do a debate with Dr. Umar. They already put it out there. Let's see if it really come to pass. We're gonna dissect that foolery. Thank you for subscribing, my dear. I appreciate you. Also, if you want to shop with us, our family business is called ubmracksfashion.com. Esty Makari, eBay, Pushmart, okay, is available if you want to come shop with our family business. Also, I sell merch on YouTube, hoodies, cups, water bottles, bags, all that good stuff. Book bags, you can just check it out. Go to the link at the top of my page. You'll see shop or store, and you can go in there and check it out. Also, don't forget that Miss O Show will be firing it up tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Y'all come rock with her on her channel. And also, she will be on, of course, Blackmen Unfiltered Network. So y'all, switch between both channels. Get those likes going over there as well. You feel me? So I want y'all to hear what the pastor said, and we gonna take it out. All right, everybody have a wonderful day today. I appreciate all of y'all who came and rock with me, and I appreciate all that donated as well.
30% of all divorces are black people.
Yes.
16% are Latino. This is the largest amount of single black women post-slavery.
Oh, 18, I just saw it right now, but I didn't see it beforehand. But I see you got the membership. So thank you, baby. Thank you, 18, for becoming a member, honey. So here we go. This is what the pastor said, y'all.
And so here's the disconnect nobody's talking about.
Uh-oh.
The largest demographic of those who are single are educated, high-achieving black women. And so I know you done found Chef Boyardee, but everybody else is at Cookout and Chick-fil-A drive-through. Black women who are single and did, it is, everything the church told them to do.
Everything the church
They
told
went and
them
got
to do.
degrees. They are walking every day. They drinking water. They done pull pork it out of their diet. They saving. They go to midweek Bible study. It's still not happening.
It's still not happening. You see that? Well, take heed to the message, everybody. Much love to you all. And God willing, I'll see y'all tomorrow.